What is up, everyone? It's B-Ball Daniel 3. I'm here doing the 3-hour road trip podcast. You might have seen our 1-hour road trip podcast from a few years ago, and this is the amazing sequel that's coming. So, get hyped. I'm here joined with my co-host, and we are ready to rock your socks off. So, co-host, why don't you tell us what the first topic is going to be?
The first topic is chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets are a food made from chicken, and they're turned into nuggets. But little do most people know is that these chickens are, basically processed in, factories.
But they're delicious.
They are delicious, but
Who cares if they're unhealthy?
that is true. We don't need healthy food. We don't need, food that isn't...
Hashtag America.
Yeah. You know what? That is such a great point. Fast food and everything nowadays, it's pretty tasty. It might be really bad for you, but who cares? Food.
Taste buds before intestines.
Yep, taste buds before intestines. Does anything really matter if it tastes good? I don't think it does.
Hello.
Anyways, co-host, what do you have to say about our next topic?
Well, I don't know what our next topic is.
Oh, there's someone on the phone. Hello? Oh, yeah, there's someone on the phone. It turns out to be my sister, so I'm gonna hand it over to co-host to do some co-com right now.
No, not Jeff.
Alright, here it is, co-host.
I'm ready.
Alright.
Hello. I am here with Jeff.
I don't believe
That's not even the phone.
I don't
What?
have a sister name right now.
Okay, well, while B-Ball Daniel 3 is talking on the phone with someone... Yeah, of course it's recording. Stop it. You're ruining the podcast. So, back to the previous topic of chicken nuggets. My friend has a dog whose name is Cheeky. And one time, my friend had a dream where I ate her dog Cheeky. And I talk about chicken nuggets all the time. So she said that it was a cheeky nugget. I made her dog into a nugget. So it was a cheeky nugget.
That's why when
I don't know. My friend has pretty weird dreams. What do you have to say of this story, co-host? My name's Jeff.
I don't know where I'm...
That's all Jeff says, basically. What about other co-hosts?
What?
Really?
What do you have to say about this story?
Champagne.
Wow.
I was talking about chicken nuggets and dogs and eating them.
I don't believe you. This conversation.
Champagne.
Okay, well, let's just say that co-host is kind of weird, and I'm the best one. So, yeah.
You think that's...
B-Ball Daniel 3 is on the phone
You think that's...
because it's his birthday today. Happy birthday, B-Ball Daniel 3.
It's my birthday, thank you!
You're welcome. And
Sorry,
so,
I was doing some commentary.
he is old. He's older than old. Right, Jeff?
You're gonna see me?
You went to school with
My name's old.
Do you have the guitar?
Wow, Jeff. I thought your name was Jeff.
You better bring it.
I just have something to say. If you ever got your tongue
Thanks.
caught in a mouse trap, you would start pronouncing it a mouth trap, which happens to be the exact same thing. Thank you.
Plot twist. Why did you learn that, Jeff?
Hello?
Sorry, I couldn't think of your name.
My name's Jeff.
Of course.
Oh, Jeff's back to normal.
My name's Jeff.
Okay. Well, mice are kind of creepy. They're like creepy crawly things. Not as creepy crawly as spiders, though.
I'm an angel.
That's still pretty weird. And I don't know how to feel about that. And mouse traps are like they hurt you if you like get your hand stuck in it or like fall on it. I never get like those TV shows where they have the people like fall on mouse traps because that would hurt, but I don't know how they like make it so like they don't hurt. And
Yeah, you will.
I'm confused. Are you confused, Jeff?
No.
Okay, thanks, Jeff. It's been nice to have your input.
Yeah.
What about other co-hosts?
Yeah,
Co-host,
it is pretty
how do you
awesome.
feel about mouse traps?
Yeah. Alright, bye.
Champagne.
Bye.
Co-host, you're kind of scary. Oh, B-Ball Daniel 3. Would you like to take over again?
Yeah, I got this. Alright, so, it's good to be back. What have I missed in the time I was taking a business call?
Well,
My
we were
name's
talking. Yeah, we had Jeff join a lot, and we were talking about mouse traps, and we talked about how it's your birthday today.
Stop.
Happy birthday!
Thank you. It's very nice to know that at least one person cares about me. But
Jeff doesn't.
how did you get on the topic of mouse traps?
Well, Jeff here was saying that if you say, if you get your tongue stuck in a mouse trap, you would say mouth trap. So
That makes a lot of sense,
it does.
actually.
But wouldn't it hurt to get stuck in a mouse trap?
It would hurt, yeah, but I mean, why are you licking a mouse trap?
I don't know. Maybe they wanted the cheese / peanut butter / whatever else that are put on mouse traps.
But isn't it like fake, like poison cheese or something?
Well, maybe. I don't really. Well, probably so the ants don't come. But I don't know.
Oh, alright.
Come
Well,
on, why are you laughing at us?
It's regular peanut butter. It's not
I'm
poison.
I'm pretty sure it's poison now.
Yeah, because wouldn't ants come?
I'm only a nutritionist,
They're not
so
trying to kill the ants. Why the ants?
well, earlier that brings us to a good topic point. Earlier we saw a sign to go to Lost Ant, and we were like, wait, we can't lose ants. I mean, they are tiny, but why would we have ants, and why is there a specific point to it?
Environment.
Can you try to elaborate on how that could be, co-host?
I completely didn't understand.
All right. Well, thank you. Thanks for your time.
Okay, wait.
What about co-host number 2? What do you have to say?
Ants are good on crackers.
Ew!
Okay, thanks for that amazing input.
That co-host
All right,
is saying more than a half.
co-host, remember you're a co-host.
No, I don't want to be a co-host. I'm taking over this podcast.
All right, co-host is fired.
No!
So,
I thought you were. Did you just say soap?
the moral of the story is don't go to places that have Lost Ant in the name, because apparently it's not actually a place to find your lost ants. It's just like a town or something. I don't know. But there were like no ants to be found. I mean, maybe if we like left some food out and if it wasn't raining.
So much.
But I mean, I think now is a good time to ask the question of the video. So, co-host, you're rehired? So,
Yay!
why don't you read off the first question of the video?
Do you like chicken nuggets?
Do you, the listener, like chicken nuggets? Hopefully you do, because chicken nuggets are amazing, but I know there's some listeners out there that don't exactly have the taste for chicken nuggets that you might need. Anyways, let's hand it over to co-host.
Especially if you are like a vegetarian and you're like something.
Yeah, vegetarians really don't like some types of meat. Makes sense.
All of it.
Most meats. I mean,
All meat.
there's still some that vegetarians eat, like cows, pigs, like chickens,
vegetarians eat fish, don't they?
and like pork. Anyways, that's question 1. Maybe let's go 3 questions for this segment at least. For our second, we have Jeff giving us the question.
My name's Jeff. All right, host. How do you feel about the House of Representatives recently passing a bill that would allow? Dang it! I'm not good at this. Wait, okay. How do you feel about the House of Representatives passing a bill that stops abortions from being able to be performed on pregnant women after 20 weeks of pregnancy?
I'm making no comment on this matter.
Why? Because he's scared?
No.
Then why?
I'm gonna have to hand this off to my co-host.
He wouldn't like to make a comment because political views are for yourselves, not for other teachers or people. I think about my history teacher, so it said teacher. Okay, here's Jeff.
I'd just like to say that most
All right,
tests,
thank you for
most
that
tests
amazing
to figure
input.
out if the fetus is going to be born with any issues or any significant damage, such as kidney failure or heart failure or not forming correctly, or any number of reasons, can only be detected at 22 weeks. So if the House of Representatives agrees that stopping all abortions after 20 weeks, then all of these children that could be born are going to be born at a severe disadvantage, and it's possible that their parents, upon having to give birth to them, will have to watch them die immediately, as opposed to letting them...
All right, thank you for
All right.
that amazing input. It's about time we cut you off there. But
I'm not That's what I'm saying. Isn't that horrible?
let's controversial topics. That's why we don't go into like politics or religion. Don't want to go get into any of that business. So this podcast is gonna take a kind of a dark turn starting now, because we're gonna be talking about a serious issue that has plagued the country.
I know, it's just
Addiction. Addiction
It's horrible.
to these peanut butter chocolate stuff. I can't actually say the name of them. You can't say the name of a brand.
I didn't. I said recess.
Oh.
So our next
All
question
right.
of the
The next
video.
question of the video is
Do you have recess?
recess. The time as a student when you go outside and enjoy the world and play with your friends, like get a ball, maybe pass it around. I don't know what kids these days do.
Are we almost there?
When I was younger.
I don't know.
All right, thank you for that amazing input.
Oh wait, that would have the advertising.
30 more minutes.
Sorry.
So, let's go back to the road trip part of this and take a look outside and see what
nothing.
exactly
Nice.
is there. Well, it's 8:41, and unfortunately, at 8:41, it's dark out. So, why don't you give me a brief description of what you see?
All right. It is a blooming 68 degrees here in somewhere Illinois. Rantoul, Illinois. Rantoul, Illinois. That's where we are. We've got some clouds coming in from the north, a little bit of wind, approximately 20 miles per hour, nothing too crazy. Hopefully it doesn't turn into a tornado, but you never know here in Illinois, you never know. It also has the chance of a thunderstorm. We've seen a little bit of light rain, mostly coming up from the north, heading down here. Fingers crossed that it will dissipate over someplace. All right, back to you.
Thank you for that, Jeff. So, yeah, fingers crossed. We wouldn't want it to start, like, flooding while we're driving. It's kind of...
drowning!
It would be kind of hard to drive if you're drowning. But I mean, if anything like that happens, just know that we'll still be giving this road trip podcast, no matter what the circumstances. Anyways, let's hear a word from our sponsors.
Chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets are a beautiful thing.
And we're back with the road trip podcast.
That was a quick break.
So, yeah, invest in chicken nuggets because they support us. And if you want to keep the road trip podcast going, you're going to want to keep everything else going. So we have things to talk about because otherwise this would get very, very boring. So, we're about, 10 minutes away from our destination.
We're about like 30, dude. We already went through this.
Okay, we're about 30 minutes away from our destination. Sorry for my 28 minutes. Sorry for my previous mistakes. But
You're not forgiven.
apparently I'm not forgiven. Well, I think now is a good time to go to our next topic. What would you say that is, co-host 2? Alright, stunning input.
Say something and this guy has
Well,
time.
alright, now I've given him some time to think about it. What would you say, co-host 2?
Ants on crackers that taste really good.
Ants on crackers taste really good. Alright, so I can't say that I've had the pleasure of eating ants on crackers, but I would assume they're very good. Mainly because crackers are good, and I doubt the ants have much taste.
Ew.
I mean,
Everybody gotta go to the bathroom.
no.
Can't wait till
They can hold it for 28 minutes.
Yeah. So,
If you can't, you're a wimp.
26.
Get a
so
bigger bladder.
26 minutes ETA. But let's go back to ants tasting good on crackers or something like that. Ants on crackers tasting good, crackers on ants. I don't know. Crackers are pretty good. And ants, have you ever tasted a bug, co-host?
Ew, no. It's disgusting.
Yeah, makes sense. Why would someone just go around eating bugs like ants and stuff? What about you, Jeff?
Yes.
Okay, that's... Actually, I kind of expected that from you, Jeff. I don't even know how you got here. You're not really part of this production team, but, I mean, it kind of works out.
I held a knife to your neck and said let me in.
Yeah, okay. She held a knife to my neck and said, let me in. Yeah, the memories are coming back now.
I'll take over.
Alright, let's hand it off to Jeff.
Alright guys, how you doing today? My name's Zev. And I'm just gonna take over for the rest of this podcast after I just had to take things into my own hands and take care of some of our hosts one by one. Slowly. Painfully. It's fine though because, we're very overpopulated and we need to start taking care of ourselves, and one of those things that we can do to stop taking care of ourselves is to stop having children. And that brings me back to that abortion bill that was passed by the House of Representatives.
Okay,
I have an opinion.
I'm alive, sorta. So is B-Ball Daniel 3.
Are you
Back to him.
disgusted by that?
Jeff is very politically inclined. Here's B-Ball Daniel 3.
Okay, well, it seems that Jeff is going through a rough time, so I don't believe we'll be hearing
It's just
from...
not just. If you don't want to have an abortion, don't have an abortion.
I don't believe we'll be
That's all
hearing
there is.
from Jeff
That's all there is.
anymore
It doesn't
during
matter.
this road
If
trip
someone wants to
podcast.
do it, let them
Jeff,
do it.
please, I am trying to do a road trip podcast.
Shut up, Jeff.
Okay, sorry for that mild interruption. I think now is a good time to hear a word from our sponsors.
Peanuts.
Peanuts, the magical fruit. Put them in watermelons, put them in a fruit salad. Peanuts.
Ew.
And we're back And that was a word from our sponsors,
We gotta get
Peanuts.
over
Peanuts are like the miracle
the
food.
arrow.
And I really suggest to all of you
I don't know. It's
to
telling
eat them.
something.
Uh-oh. It looks like we have an error.
Use extreme caution.
Arrow?
Go ahead. Get
Uh-oh.
over.
It looks like our road trip podcast will be meeting a bumpy ride because we have an arrow telling us to move over, and then there was a sign that said use extreme caution, narrow road ahead. So, like I said earlier,
I
no
think
matter.
it's rodents.
Uh-oh, there's a dead end! Ah!